The hospital sent me over here. I didn't have nowhere to stay, and they got me in over here. I don't want to be on the street if I can help it. Nobody wants to be on the street. Pray for anybody that needs prayer. That's my call to prayer.
Eric Hughes is one of the many homeless people from outside of the area that is now stuck in Louisville, Kentucky.
From Lewis County, Kentucky. I came down here because there ain't no homeless shelters, there ain't no job temp services and stuff like that to hire convicted felons, which you can look it up on public record. I'm a convicted felon. Down here, like Labor Express, there's extensions and a couple of other places down there that does hire, over in Louisville, Kentucky, that does hire places like that. People like that, cases on them, but they got so many people they can't send everybody out in a limited amount of jobs. Like the wayside over there, it's a homeless shelter now. And there's a couple of other homeless shelter places, but they're only limited to so many people over in Kentucky, and I don't know any place over in the Indiana to go to.
Eric cannot reach out to his family for help. Due to being in and out of prison for the last 16 years, they have washed their hands with him.
I'm 36 years old. Since I was 18 years of age, I've been 16 and a half years in the lockup system somewhere.
Probably 95% of us out here have a felony. You know what I mean? It's very common. I have a felony from 10 years ago.
Burglaries, escape, thefts, theft of motor vehicles, theft of a four-wheeler, outrunning the law, escaping from the jail.
That stops us from getting housing. That stops us from getting jobs. It's, maybe a change in legislation. Something to where, hey, if it's this old and it's nonviolent, you can't hold it against them. You know what I mean? Something. I mean,
They pretty much just wash their hands up with it. So I can't ask them if there's any help doing this and doing that. And the one that would help me, he can't help me because he's limited on the money he gets off the check every month.
Just like Eric, Mandy comes from out of town looking for help, but ends up on the streets.
I was homeless in Indianapolis. There aren't any resources in Indy at all. So one day I had my mom give me some money and I jumped on a bus. And my family's originally from southeastern Kentucky, so it's always felt like home. This is just as far as I could make it.
Addiction is one of the leading factors to homelessness. Many struggle with the problem.
I thought, I don't know if everybody, but I thought that I could keep using, and be okay forever. And for a while I did. For a while I used and I worked and I paid my bills and I had a place to live. But eventually that doesn't happen. Eventually it will all go away and you will end up, I never thought, I'm about to be 32 years old. And I never thought in my wildest dreams, drug addict or not, that I would end up sleeping under a bridge. There's no way you can ever, think that that's where you're gonna end up, but you will. And I don't care if it's heroin, alcohol, spice, you're gonna end up under that bridge. You will. It may take months, it may take years, it may take decades. It took me over 10 years. I've been an addict for well over 10 years. And it didn't put me under a bridge until, this year.
Teresa Boyd, member of the Coalition for the Homeless, says that addiction is just one of the factors that leads to homelessness.
Homelessness is caused for a lot of reasons, whether you're talking about lack of employment, mental health issues, veteran statuses, which of course can tie into mental health issues. If you're having trouble living your day-to-day life, it might be hard to maintain a job, which of course then you won't be able to pay your rent. It's a compacting issue. I can't say there's one issue that causes homelessness.
According to JCPS, for the academic 2008 to 2009 school year, more than 8,000 students were homeless. 41% of those students were high school students.
From the time we wake up until the time we, finally go in and lay down, which is usually about 7 o'clock at night, we're hustling, trying, gotta get well, gotta get well, gotta get well. And that's what I'm saying. It literally takes everything from you.
To get back on my feet, I got to realize I got to put an effort forth to do that.
Out here, you feel forgotten. You feel really forgotten, just by society in general. You feel invisible. Even walking down the street, you feel invisible. So, this means a lot to me. And whether they tell you or not, I know it means a lot to them too. So thank you. I'm grateful. And thank you.
Best advice I can give them is to get off drugs and alcohol and stay clean. Go to JDAC, either go to the healing place and get in the program.
This times I'm thinking about it going out there and committing a crime just to get back to the penitentiary system, so I don't have to sleep out here in the cold.
I'm homeless and I'm poor too, but if I have a cigarette, if I have, a few cigarettes and somebody asks me for one, I will give it to them. If I have spare change and I'm asked for it, I give, because things are given to me and her every day.
Stay sober. It's that simple. You know what I mean? Getting high will destroy your life.